Happy 4th of July, guys. I literally just got back from hanging out in the pool, okay? Went to one of my friend's condos and hung out at the rooftop pool. Pretty fun. And let's talk about some San Antonio Spurs. Ignore the hair. I look like a savage. But either way, guys, I want to talk about the San Antonio Spurs and why I kind of like what they've done this offseason. I know some people are going to be like, no, this offseason's been terrible. I think they have a lot of, belief in Trey Jones and Blake Wesley to run the point. Specifically, Trey Jones looks like he's going to take over the starting point guard role unless you think Josh Primo will. But let's talk about these guys. I think they did the smart thing and they went fully into a rebuild. They tried with LaMarcus Aldridge and Dejounte Murray and DeMar DeRozan, and it just didn't work. And they never fully went into a full-on rebuild, and now they fully went into the rebuild. And Blake Wesley, a guy who said he models his game after Jordan Poole and Karis LeVert, that's awesome. I like that. I like that they did that. And they waived Danilo Gallinari, who is going to Boston. And for me, and they let Lonnie Walker leave. And now the roster, this is what it looks like. Doug McDermott, who probably is going to leave soon. Josh Richardson allegedly is the leader, one of the leaders in the locker room. And I expect Keldon Johnson to have a breakout year. But it's basically Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, Yogi Pirtle, Keita Bates-Diop, Zach Collins. They still have Cat Cook, DJ Stewart, Joe Wieskamp, Robert Woodard II, Keldon Johnson, Romeo Langford, Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Josh Primo, Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham, Jeremy Sohan. They have 6 guys born in the 2000s, okay? And then they have 11 guys born after 99 or born 99 or later on this roster. And for me, I think the Spurs, they haven't had any signings. They're really going full young guys because right now their entire roster is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. So they need to cut 2 guys, and I expect them. I don't think Dave Kukoc is going to be on the roster. And then I also expect, DJ Stewart's probably not going to be on the roster. So right there, if you look at the current roster, if they keep Doug McDermott and Josh Richardson, it's Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, Yogi Pirtle, Keita Bates-Diop, Zach Collins, okay, Joe Wieskamp. If they keep Robert Woodard, Keldon Johnson, Romeo Langford, Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Primo, Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham, and Jeremy Sohan. And I really think that they're going to stay young and just go full force into this young guys. Try to get Victor Wembanyama. And personally, I think it's interesting as all hell because this is a team that people are expecting them to tank. And I think they're going to be a lot better than what other people expect them to be. But for me, I think not Becky Hammond. I don't know why I said Becky Hammond, but Chip Engel and the rest of the coaching staff and Greg Popovich and Mitch Johnson and all of them, they're going to coach these young guys. Keldon Johnson's going to take a jump. Yogi Pirtle is going to solidify himself as a top 5 defensive center. Doug McDermott and Josh Richardson are going to launch threes. Hopefully Trey Jones can take that jump and look like a similar player that his brother is. Then you have, because Trey Jones, if you guys didn't know, is Tyus Jones' brother. Devin Vassell needs to take that jump. Josh Primo needs to take that jump. Jeremy Sohan, all he needs to do is shoot threes, and he's 230, 6'9", can guard every position. They have 4 19-year-olds, okay? So many 22-year-olds. Only Doug McDermott's the only 30-year-old. Josh Richardson's 28. This is a young team, okay? A young team. Young-ass team that can do a lot of damage. And I think that's what they're committing. They're like, look, we're going to keep developing these guys. Josh Richardson is their oldest player, not named Doug McDermott, and Josh Richardson's 28. Okay, if they got rid of Doug McDermott, who's 30, Josh Richardson is 28. And then they have Yogi Pirtle, who's 26, Keita, who's 26. Okay, Zach Collins, 24, going on 25. And you have Joe Wieskamp, if they still keep Robert Woodard. Keldon Johnson, Romeo Langford, Trey Jones, all 22-year-old. Devin Vassell, 21. Primo, Wesley, Branham, Sohan, all 19-year-olds. This team's young as hell. And they're going to be good. They're going to be good, and I think they're going to shock people. And that's something people need to understand is I think this is a team that is going to be underestimated. And until they prove everyone wrong that people have been counting them out, I think it'll take some time. But Keldon Johnson is legit. in my opinion, and so is Primo, Joshua Primo. Both guys who are young, in my opinion, and I don't know. Maybe, again, I could always be wrong, but I have a lot of faith in both of these players, and that just all their players. I think they've just embracing the youth like they should, and I think it's going to give them dividends. So I want to hear your thoughts now.